welcome back to a special festive edition of Ask Warble. We're here with Lucy.
Hi!
So, Lucy, can you guess? I'll give you a present if you can guess what we're talking about today.
Is it Christmas?
It is Christmas!
How did I guess?
I don't know, it might be because of all the Christmas stuff. And I lied about the present, by the way. That's a horrible
that's,
Christmas thing to do, but
yeah,
I've gone and done it now.
festive of you.
I know. I'm not a festive person. Are you a festive person, Lucy?
Massively. I'm
Yeah?
so into Christmas. Had my tree up for ages now, to be honest.
Yeah. What's your favourite thing about Christmas?
Probably food.
Yeah?
I'm going to say food. It's great.
Food
Christmas
is
food
good.
Is
It's just good. Even just the whole winter period, it's just like a food time, isn't it?
Keeping yourself warm with soup and everything is my absolute fave.
Do you know what I like about Christmas?
What is it?
I like to party. I'm going to say it right up now. I like to party. And often at parties, you might get some live music or entertainment.
Great sort of entertainment.
I know. And that is called a Christmas segue into what we're talking about today. So, Christmas time, lots of things happen at Christmas time. As I said, parties and stuff is one of them. Another thing that's been happening more commonly recently is weddings in the winter.
Really picked up having weddings in winter. Yeah,
it's weird. Like we spoke about another one about like the wedding season. Traditionally, you just think of like the summer months where all the suppliers are really booked up in like June, July, and August, but I don't know, a lot of people seem to be doing winter weddings recently. Why do you think that is?
I think, it's more sort of affordable to have it at Christmas time. You're not in that typically like peak season. And also I think it's extra special and, it's really pretty for photos and everything. So
Especially if you get a snowy white wedding as well, which is amazing.
So crisp and nice to have it in the background and they're fun photos as well. So it's great.
Definitely.
And it's something to do. The winter months can be a bit boring as well. So
yeah,
why not?
If you've got a wedding to look forward to in that time, it's cool, isn't it?
Exactly.
I think you have to be careful with the snow. I was at a wedding last year in the winter in Buxton, and it snowed and we all got stuck
so
there.
hilly around
it's
there.
Crazy, and we had nowhere to sleep, and it was really hard. So that is one downside to it, I suppose. But there are a lot of
bonuses.
There are a lot of bonuses. So you mentioned that it might be kind of less busy trying to find stuff. How does that relate to kind of what we do of like you booking entertainment or booking bands and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so it's going to be more affordable if you're looking at Christmas time because, like I said, it's not peak season. There's not going to be as many bookings. People aren't going to have to travel as far. So it's great, really. It's a lot easier for us to try and help find the best entertainment for everyone.
I suppose when you look at the summer months, say we take June and July, for example, and you look at how many Saturdays are in June and July, that's like 8 Saturdays, and the best bands, they're probably booked.
Oh yeah, pretty much. If you're looking for a band for next year, a lot of favourite bands are going to be booked already.
It's crazy.
But Christmas, they're a bit more free because Christmas weddings are they're becoming a bit more popular now. So people aren't booking that far in advance.
Yeah, so you can get in there and,
exactly.
and get it. Another thing with winter weddings or Christmas time weddings, that I think you mentioned it before, it's a bit special. I like to use the word, I don't use this word very often, but romance.
Yes.
It's a little bit romantic, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The festive period as a whole anyway is romantic, and then to, have a wedding in that festive period as well just makes it extra special. And I think what better Christmas present can you give to everyone than make them come to your wedding?
Hey,
it's great
it's
idea.
a good way of putting it. I think another thing that I was looking at was in the summer, if you're having a wedding in the UK, the sun is not guaranteed.
No.
In fact, it's probably like 50-50 and you're just constantly checking the weather. But I suppose if you get a wedding in December or whatever, I mean, it's going to be cold.
Pretty much, you tell everyone to bring their woolly jackets and everything and they'll be all sorted.
So that takes that worry kind of out of it.
Exactly,
a little bit,
you're not going to be checking the weather forecast a week before, unless it's going to be like horrific snow, but that hasn't happened for years.
No,
so.
Exactly. They always say it's going to be like this year's going to be the worst, and like, come on, bring it.
They always get me so excited. I love snow.
And you know what happens? Someone slips over on the way to the shops, and it makes front page news, and then it's like, come on.
And everyone hates on snow, and it's not fair.
Snow's fault. Snow didn't do nothing. Cool. Winter weddings then. In terms of what entertainment we might look at, or what things we can book for a winter wedding as opposed to a typical wedding in the summer, what kind of things are we looking at that we can kind of add that element of romance to a winter wedding?
You know, I'd highly recommend looking at a choir, you know, singing a couple Christmas carols, because, you know, it makes it extra special as well. And, you know, you wouldn't typically maybe have a Christmas carol, obviously, in the summer. It's not really going to go, so that's another added
Unless you want it to be really wacky.
Yeah, exactly.
Just mess with everyone's heads. Like, I think it's June, but I ain't sure, because they're singing Christmas carols.
I'm not sure what kind of month it is right now. So I'd also recommend fire performers as well, because I've seen some amazing photos and heard some amazing feedback of people having fire performers, you know,
nice.
in the winter when it's frosty, and it's such a nice contrast.
And it gets dark a little bit earlier, so you don't have to wait till like 9, 10 at night for it to happen.
Exactly. I think they're really great for weddings as well. It's something completely different that not many people have, and I'd highly recommend it.
Totally agree with that. I mean, you know, you don't see fireworks every day, but you see them often enough to know that you look up in the sky and something's going to explode, and then it's going to happen again and again. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but...
Fire performers, you don't know what's going to happen because it's so unusual. I think, you know, they've really gained popularity in the past few years, and it's just such a great thing to have at weddings.
You mentioned choirs before. I love that kind of live music element that you can have that is maybe just specifically winter themed. Another thing that I really like and I think is really cool for winter stuff is the Rat Pack Buble style. What do you think of that?
It's so Christmassy. You know, all of our Rat Pack and sort of swing singers, that, you know, that's one of the most popular times is Christmas, because it's just so festive, and I can't think of anything more perfect than having a Rat Pack sort of swing band for your wedding.
Aren't they just the coolest people?
Super cool. I aspire to be that.
To be a Rat Pack singer. Yeah, it is. I'm not sure what it is about that kind of music, but you instantly just... I mean, they have specific Christmas songs, but even the ones that aren't Christmassy,
they somehow add a Christmassy twist.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
They're really cool. I mean, other kind of live music that we can add for weddings and winters that might just be specifically for that.
You know, I'd consider a brass band. I'd absolutely. You know, we've got the musical Santas who are so festive because they're Santas.
They're literally Santas. I mean, you can't get more festive than that, sure.
No, you can't. And they have a really extensive Christmas, you know, repertoire. So that's something as well to consider, because not many weddings have brass bands, and you know, they're perfect for a Christmas period.
Totally cool. Anything else entertainment-wise for a winter wedding that we can look at? Maybe not music. Anything a bit more, I don't know, unique?
Crystal ball jugglers, definitely.
Yeah.
One of our crystal ball jugglers can dress up as a snow fairy,
and
that is super cute for Christmas. And you know, they're so mesmerising to watch, and that is something unique. You know, whether you have it in the reception, if you have it during you know, your wedding breakfast, wherever, it's great. It's something really unique and really fun.
They're really. It's strange watching them up close for real as well. It's almost like watching a magician, but in a different way. Like mesmerising is the way I put it as well, because you're just kind of not quite sure how they're able to do it.
I don't understand. I wish I knew. I just don't know how.
We'll never know the secrets. And the costumes as well. I mean, they have some really kind of lavish, like ice Queen and King costumes and stuff, and I suppose I've noticed they can tailor their costumes to most events as well, so if you were having one really that's the other time of year, then you can always have
like you know, they're really versatile in that they're great for a Christmas wedding or a Christmas event, but then you could have them in a summer wedding because they're really cool.
One thing that is cold and wintry is the movie Frozen, and that's massive. And loads of people like that. Do you like the movie Frozen?
I did. I only watched it last year. I only got on the hype last year.
How did it take you this long?
I don't know, but I love it. It's great.
Can I make a confession?
Yes, go on.
I ain't never seen that movie, and I do not intend to. However, I know that loads of other people like it.
I highly recommend it.
Is there anything that we can do to appease those people who may enjoy that movie?
Well, we do have two performers called Frozen theme singers who are so fitting, and they dress up as two of the characters from Frozen.
Which characters do they dress up as?
Elsa and I can't remember the other.
You ain't no true fan. You said you liked it. Sorry, I can't call you
it.
out because I haven't seen it either, so it's okay. But yeah.
But they do all the songs from the film, and it's really great. And you know, children love it, adults love it. It's great for everyone.
Well, that's the thing. A winter wedding or a Christmas wedding. I mean, Christmas, I think it brings out the child in all of us. Everyone, I'd like to think, although I act like a child in my day-to-day life. Thank you. So I think something for kids at a Christmas wedding is a really good idea, and it might be. We always recommend trying to get something for kids anyway.
Yeah.
But if you can do it then, it fits a bit more nicely, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Weddings, you know, can sometimes, if not done correctly, be a bit boring for adults. But imagine that for children. So it's always important to consider if you're having children at your wedding.
Totally.
So, you know, if you're having a Christmassy wedding, I'd highly recommend looking at Frozen theme singers, because I think they'd be perfect for your event.
Fantastic. I mean, I'm going to reference the wedding I was at in Buxton recently.
Yeah.
They didn't have nothing for kids or teenagers or young adults, and it started snowing, and then we all resorted to throwing snowballs at each other.
Well, it's for great entertainment.
It was great entertainment. So yeah, if you haven't booked anything, just hope to God that it snows a lot, because then you will be fine.
Have a snowball fight.
You have a snowball fight. Christmas is a bit tricky when it comes to weddings. So I always feel like there's two sides of the coin for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
There's maybe cheese Christmas when it comes to like Iceland ads and I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, and a bit tacky, but you know, we like it. We're British.
I love cheesy Christmas.
And
Look
then,
at my pudding hat.
And then there's like cool Christmas. Do you know what I mean? Just like
classy.
Yeah, classy
there's
Christmas.
two ways you can do Christmas. Both are incredible and both are great, but there's two ways to do Christmas.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally. So I mean, I would like to think that the whole Rat Pack singers and maybe that side of things maybe lends itself more towards the cool and sophisticated Christmas side. So I suppose, I mean, would you say that trying to bear in mind like what kind of vibe of Christmas you want to put into your day and how much Christmas you want to make into your wedding? Or?
Exactly. You know, you want to see if you want to decide if you're going to have a little bit of Christmas or a lot of Christmas, and that's something to consider. You don't want to go all out Christmas, but then you don't want to have a tiny bit. It's a fine line
you need
to do for weddings.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so that's winter weddings sorted.
Mm-hmm.
What other kind of events have you had maybe inquiries for in the past few weeks or months leading up to December for the Christmas period?
A lot of Christmas parties, you know, for businesses and stuff. A lot of Christmas parties.
They like to party, those guys.
Do.
You're working hard all year.
People
yeah.
like to party.
Yeah, it's a bit nuts. I always see the kind of Christmas parties that it's almost like a release from working all year,
exactly.
and they just go a little bit mental.
You're
and
pretty
it's
much
kind of
like
fun.
Working for that Christmas party. At the end of the year, you can just let it all go.
Boom, it's like. So, I mean, what kind of stuff are they looking for? Is it just like live music or?
A lot of people come and they're a bit unsure what they want. They just want something different. So what I'd always recommend is, you know, a caricaturist is a great option, incredible option. You know, if you've got a bit of a smaller budget, caricaturist is perfect, and you know you get to take a memento away from that day. And again, bands as well. We're having so many inquiries for bands for Christmas parties, because what can be better than seeing a live band at Christmas?
Band.
Exactly.
On that point, then, I mean, when you're looking at bands for that kind of thing, you were looking at, you know, a full-on party band most of the time, aren't you, to really kick things off? And I wanted to see if we can talk about the differences between maybe a typical wedding band and what we would call a party band.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say that a party band is a specialist kind of band in different to a wedding, or?
A little bit. I'd say that pretty much all the bands that we have can do either. There is a difference, you know, with a wedding, you're going to want a few romantic songs, you're going to want a few of the hits, but at the same time with a party band, you're going to want to get everybody getting up and going. So there is a difference, but so many of our bands are so flexible and can do, you know, whatever's asked for, really.
Totally. I suppose with weddings recently as well, a lot of people want that live band element, so they're more up for a gig type environment, aren't they?
Absolutely. They want it to be like they're at a gig at their wedding, because it's really cool having a live band. Like, you know, a few years ago people didn't ever consider band for their wedding, and now people
Strange,
are.
Isn't it?
So,
how it's kind of flipped. I feel like the only difference maybe for me when I see a band doing a work do or a Christmas thing is that they're maybe unshackled from the gravity of the event, where with a wedding, you know, there are things that you have to kind of, as you said, take care of or play certain songs, but you're playing Christmas do, like, it's set up for a gig, and like you can probably drop Mr. Brightside in 5 songs earlier than you would normally do at a wedding. So,
you know, as a party band, you go in there and everyone's going to want a party. At a wedding, you've got to get that party started for everyone.
Sure.
So it is a different.
You skip that little stage, don't you?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
At the start and stuff.
Everyone's already ready for that party. But
totally. Any other entertainment for Christmas work do's or Christmas corporate events or anything like that?
Stilt walkers. I would absolutely consider consider stilt walkers.
Cool.
We've got some fantasy performers on our books.
Yes.
And they dress up as the Snow King and the Snow Queen, and they're incredible. They're super tall.
Costumes are
obviously.
Insane.
They are.
I think they hand make them and stuff, and they just
so
look
good.
ridiculous.
I couldn't walk in that without
It's
stilts.
a skill in itself, isn't
Let alone
it?
with stilts. But yeah, they're incredible. And again, they add so much to an event. People don't see stilt walkers every day, so it's just going to again add to your event and make it so unique.
I think something like that really adds people don't think about initially is photo opportunities and stuff, because at an event like that, everyone's going to have their phones out and they're going to be taking photos of stuff. But when you have like a 8-foot Snow King in front of you, it's like, I want a picture with that guy. You know,
if you went and showed your friends a photo of you with some stilt walkers at your Christmas party, your business is, what everyone's going to be talking about. Exactly. Everyone's going to want to work for you. You've had stilt walkers at the party. But I think that goes to show sort of what we're working with at the moment. A lot of people, want something they can take a photo with, because it's a great memory to have a photo of. Yeah,
I think that's it's a really good point actually, because especially at work, you're probably drinking a lot, and you ain't going to remember a lot of it. So if you've got a picture, that's going to help a lot.
It just aids your memory a little bit.
It does, yeah. And it's nice to have a little memento, I suppose,
Exactly.
as well.
I'd love a profile picture with stilt walkers.
With a stilt walker. Mm-hmm. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want one? We'll have to get them for our Christmas thing.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Super cool.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Other Christmas things that we've been looking at. I mean, I know you talked about work dues. You talked about winter weddings. Any other Christmas events that we might have had entertainment for, or you've had inquiries for?
I've had quite a few for sort of like Christmas carol type things, so local switch-ons and stuff like that. A lot of people again come to me, they don't really know what they want to look for. They're a bit unsure. I'd highly recommend looking at a brass band again. So like I said about the musical Santas, they'd be incredible for an event like that if you've got some Christmas carolers.
Sweet. You say people might come to you and they're not quite sure what they want in terms of a Christmas thing. I mean, what kind of questions are you asking them about the event to kind of tailor how Christmassy to go? Because someone like the musical Santas, they are, as you said, like full on Christmas.
Super Christmas.
But as you said, you can kind of tailor it back sometimes.
Yeah, I'm asking sort of what age range you go in. That's something to look for.
Yeah, true.
The background of everyone, that always helps. And again, if it's a village, like I found that people really want to get into Christmas, whereas sometimes in a city, people have been already surrounded by Christmas with Christmas markets and stuff. So you might want to take it back a little bit there.
That's so true, actually. There's a weird kind of community Christmas spirit that happens in a village or small town where they're like pretty much game for anything. But with the city, you do have to approach it a little bit differently.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just quite a lot to consider with stuff like that, and that's where we step in. We're here to help, and we're here to find the best entertainment for your event. So it's what we do.
Perfect. Okay. Is there anything else that we want to say to the people watching about Christmas, apart from obviously a Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Have a good one. Watch I'm a Celebrity, because that's on, and watch
eat so much food.
Eat lots of food.
Yeah, while you can. Generally, you can regret it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for watching,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have an awesome Christmas. Lucy, thanks for joining us on the Christmas special.
Me.
I feel like I've been eyeing up this cracker for the whole video.
Don't.
Can we pull a cracker to end? Yeah, I think we should. If you win, I'm going to leave.
So
okay, let's do it.
No!
I think I won
What did
something.
you win?
I can't see the joke. What do you call a penguin in the Sahara Desert?
A sad penguin.
No, lost.
It's a bit rubbish.
I regret this cracker, and I've got a ruler with shapes on it.
Yay!
So anyway, that's my day made. Have an amazing Christmas,
have
guys
a lovely
watching.
Christmas.
Thanks again, Lucy, watching. If you guys have any questions about anything we've said, get in touch and ask us, and obviously subscribe to the channel as well. So thanks again, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye.